I wanted to talk to you about something really, really special. So, this is a special video to me. Um, it's almost like a celebration of the amazing and the good things that have happened to me, and really just kind of like a testimony to how things can turn around for people in the most unexpected ways, um, in ways that you could never really anticipate or even prepare for. And the power of love, and how love can change our lives, and in so many different avenues, and in ways we can't fathom or even think is possible. So I'll start here. As most of you know, and let me know if you guys are in the chat. I didn't get to promote this or anything, so if you catch us on the flip side, make sure you hit the like, hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, donate, support. The links in the description box down below. So this is where I'll start. Most of you know I stopped doing content creation full time, right? Stop doing content creation full time. I just, with all the censorship and everything over the last couple of years, I struggled so much. I wasn't able to, make money to take care of myself, really. I ended up moving out to Baltimore, coming back home to Ohio, struggling really bad, not really knowing where to go with myself, where to go with my life, or what direction to go at all, And today I can say honestly that I'm no longer in that place. I'm not perfect by any means, and I haven't figured it all out or cracked the code either. But I have seen how the most unlikely of people can come into your life and change the entire course and direction. I met a girl. I'll start it with that. I met a girl from Cincinnati, nothing like me, Matter of fact, probably anybody that watches this kind of stuff, they would call them a normie. It's like someone that believed all the pandemic stuff and, all of that, right? Just really responsible person that, we would say is invested in the more monotonous stuff of life, right? The things that most people do care about. Like having a good job, a 401k, health insurance, owning property, developing a career, right? Finding stability, things like that. A lot of stuff that I wasn't interested in. So I ended up meeting this person, and at first, we can always be incredibly judgmental to situations and to people, and think that, there's something that nobody could teach us, or that we know more because of our experience, or because we're more cultured, or because we're aware of the things that are going on, whether it's conspiratorial or spiritual, that anyone outside of that could never possibly contribute to our knowledge base. But that's arrogance. It's ego. I can tell you now, after the experience, I've seen how it's not just about spirituality, right? And how spiritual of a person you are, and, living in poverty to prove that you don't care about money. Or it's not just about working on our emotion and our inner child to prove that we're healed and that we can stand on our own. It's also learning how to be practical, learning how to function within society, within a relationship, within a family, within our world. I was on drugs, I ended up getting myself clean, right? And that's where it kind of all started. The YouTube stuff, everything going downhill, getting no donations, no help, ended up being one of the biggest blessings in disguise. And what it did was it forced me to get a good job, a good career, something that did have a future, something that did have a retirement, which was kind of like the base of everything there. I felt like I had to swallow my pride, and like I had lost, it's like When you care about something so much, like I cared about my business, I cared about my channels, I cared about my content so much, my community so much. It was just like this major blow, you know. It was painful to watch that kind of deteriorate, and to watch no money come in, and to watch, you know, a following, you know, a viewership, you know, fall to the wayside. Most of which was, you know, my own fault, really. So that was a painful experience. But what it ended up doing was open up doors for me by forcing me. And that's what the universe does. It forces us to grow. It forces us to grow. You know, if I wouldn't have been in a shitty relationship in Baltimore, I wouldn't have came back home to Ohio, got, you know, back in my kid's life, moved to Cincinnati, met an amazing person that helped get me back on the sober train and start working on my health. I mean, shit, help me get my teeth fixed. I mean, everything. It's crazy. Like the amount of love and effort, you know, people can put into other people. It's fucking, it's breathtaking. Um, but then get a good job, good career, able to, and then, you know, and then it seemed like catastrophe after catastrophe would happen in my life. But every time that something bad would happen, I would see that another door would blow off the hinges, another opportunity, another chance for growth, another chance to invest in myself. And I feel like God has been trying to show me the whole time, you know, like, not that we don't need other people, or not that other people aren't important in our lives, because they are. They're very, very important, you know, and it's all about others. It's all about love at the end of the day. If not for love, then what's the point? But it was like God was showing me that the value was in me, you know, that the value was in me, and that even what I couldn't see in myself, that other people seen in me. And maybe some people see that in you. Like, you guys may have that go on in your life, but there's been people that come into your world and they see a potential in you, or see a light in you that you don't even see in yourself. And they just want the best for you. You know, they just want the best for you, and they want to see you be more. They want to see you grow. You're so glad you got this notification today. I look like $1,000,000. Well, thank you. I feel like $1,000,000. I just got a new place in Cincinnati. I will be moving in at the end of the week. I'm incredibly excited. You know, I'm incredibly excited. I've been working on getting a vehicle, and I've done all this without, I don't want to say without help, because like I said, I have had somebody that's, you know, helped me so much. You know, but without, but by working for it, and by just trying to do better, you know, trying to do better. And I feel like today I can honestly say that every person that comes into your life comes into it for a reason. You know, never discount one single soul or one single individual. I don't give a fuck if they're not woke and they're not aware and they don't know shit. I don't give a fuck if they've been vaccinated and all of that shit. It has nothing to do with their heart and who they are on the inside. And you don't know what people have to offer. It's being vulnerable and opening yourself up to the possibility, you know, of love. That's what makes it so beautiful and makes it so special. You know, and when one door closes, you know, a lot of times two more open. No, I may not be, uh, you know, balling on YouTube, or getting to travel everywhere and, you know, stuff like I was a few years ago. But, you know, I can honestly say today that I'm richer in a different way than I ever have been in my life. You know, I'm healthy. Um, you know, I work hard, and I'm learning how to balance, you know, spirituality with practicality. You know, To be spiritual and to love God and to love others, you don't have to be broke and poor and living out of a backpack and, you know, walking around like a beggar. You don't have to. You know, you can still have goals. You can still fucking achieve things. You can still be you. Be true to who you are and do anything you want. You know, I think that's one of the common misconceptions people have. You know, it's like each day I wake up, I don't know how I'm going to figure it all out. Nobody does. You know, we don't know how we're all going to make it work. But we just got to have faith that it will work. That the people that are meant to be in our lives will be in our lives. And if people truly love you, then they will be in your life. You know? And sometimes people are just there for a season. And that sucks. But the only thing certain in our world is change. You know? Change. And change is scary to a lot of us, to all of us, really. We get comfortable in routine. You know, we get comfortable, you know, doing the same thing over and over and over again because there's safety and security and stability in that. But there's not a lot of growth. You know, there's not a lot of growth. And if we take the path of least resistance every time, then maybe we have more peace, I guess. You know, but is our lives any richer for it? You know, when we do what's challenging, it's challenging to be sober. It's challenging to be clean. It's challenging to be a good person. It's challenging to save your money. It's challenging to pay your bills. It's challenging, right? To work on your emotional health. It's challenging to work on your spiritual self. It's challenging to, you know, watch what you eat, to exercise, right? It's challenging, you know, to try to really, truly make something of yourself and make an impact in the world. And we can't do that if we sit back in comfort and in routine forever, you know? And it took actually and sometimes it sucks, but it's taken me losing someone in my life I cared about to really wake me up, you know, and make me see you know, just how special not only that person was, but how special I am, and how complacent we can be, you know. I've gotten complacent in so many fucking different situations. I got complacent on YouTube, you know. I got complacent. I've gotten complacent in relationships, you know. And I've gotten complacent in life. I've gotten complacent with sobriety, and I'd fuck up and relapse, you know. It's like, and sometimes we need shit to get our attention. You know, so I just kind of want to ask you, like today, think about whatever's going on in your life and think about it deeply. Like, what's going on in your life right now? Is God trying to get your attention in some way? Is your relationship good? You know, you get dumped, you know, somebody cheated on you, whatever. Is God trying to get your fucking attention? Is he trying to say, hey, you're worth more. Don't take that from this person, you know, or you can do better, you know, go win them back, do better. Or, you know, are you codependent? You know, I know I'm terrible for being codependent. It's like, you know, if somebody's good to me and take care of me, it's like, you know, I'll allow that, you know, but it's like, but that's not what's best for me or you for that matter, right? Like, it feels good to have people help us, but ultimately at the end of the day, we get a helping hand so we can stand on our own. And then we can help others. Not so we stay in this perpetual, you know, state of, you know, helplessness. That's not growing. It's like, and sometimes those wake-up calls come in the form of death. You You know, I lost my dad. Come in the form of heartbreak. Come in the form of failure. But I can promise you this, hindsight is definitely 20/20, and clarity comes, like with everything. You know, if you're honest with yourself. And I feel like that's the hardest part for people, is to be honest with themselves. You know? It's like we lie to ourselves a lot of times. We always want to be the victim in life. It's like, I had a fucking amazing girl break up with me, and it's like I wanted to be the victim so goddamn bad. It wasn't funny, but I knew deep down in deep down inside, like it was my own damn fault. You know what I mean? It's like, and I've been in multiple places like that where I, lost a good job or something, and it's because I wanted to be a victim, but it's like I knew ultimately, like, it was my own damn fault. I brought this on myself. And I feel like that's where our society's fucked up now. We've relaxed on our morals and our values to the point that we've forgotten that actions have consequences. Everybody doesn't really get a participation trophy in life. It's not like that, Not everyone wins. Sometimes we lose. And sometimes we learn more from a fucking loss than we ever do from winning. I swear, I was on a great winning streak. I did it for years. YouTube, going everywhere, beautiful women. I loved it, man. It was amazing. Having some amazing spiritual experiences and downloads, like, out of this world. Amazed. And it's like, I used to feel like a victim about everything. It's like, why me? Why this? Why that? It's like, I just don't see it like that anymore. I don't see it like that anymore. I see every fucking loss I've ever taken, guys. Sorry. Every loss I have ever taken has been to get my attention and to show me where I was fucking up. And every painful experience, every painful moment, everything has been so I would take a different path than whatever path I was on. It's like the universe is constantly sending us signals and showing us fucking signs, but we don't pay attention, So hypothetically speaking, say you're in a relationship and you guys are arguing, shit ain't working out. The universe is trying to show you, it's like, yo, you guys are bickering because something's off. You're out of balance, you're out of whack. Maybe it's a behavior you're doing. Maybe it's, I've been an arrogant shit in some relationships where I think I do no wrong, or hypercritical of other people, whatever it is, but things are out of balance, they're out of whack, they're not in tune. The universe is trying to show you you're not doing something correctly, but you ignore it. So things continue to deteriorate. And this can be anything. This can be a job, career, relationship. I'm just using relationship because everybody has relationships. But you continue to ignore these signs that something's off. And eventually what happens? Someone cheats or breaks up or moves or whatever, right? Like, eventually the universe is like, okay, you wasn't listening, so I'm going to step in now. God's like, I'm going to step in now, and I'm going to change things for you, And maybe you get that sense of loneliness and heartbreak, right? It's something you don't want to experience again. It's a negative feeling, right? Painful. You're like, I don't want to feel this again. And that's God trying to get you to change that behavior. It's like, well, you don't want to feel this again. Don't repeat that shit. But yet you get in another relationship, you repeat the same behavior, same actions, you get the same fucking result. You see what I'm saying? God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to look at it as, has been trying to tell you something all along, and you just wouldn't listen. You just wouldn't listen. And instead of listening, what a lot of us do is we externalize it and we say, well, if I wasn't, poor, or if I wasn't this, or I wasn't that, or if my dad didn't do this, or my mom, whatever, right? Like, somebody screwed me over and I'm the victim, instead of taking accountability for our fucking actions. instead of actually seeing something with clarity. And being a true empath is not just being able to put yourself in another person's shoes and like feel how they feel, right? But it's like, if you have like real clairvoyance and shit, you can actually see what other people see and look at it from their side and think, damn, if I was him or if I was her and this person was doing or saying this or treating me in this manner, how would I feel? You know? A lot of people's like, oh, I feel for you when you lost somebody and I'm an empath. I don't mean you're a fucking empath. It just means you're a human being. And you've lost somebody too at one time and you know what it feels like. The true ability is to actually place yourself in the other position and to actually have clarity in that position. You know? You ain't got to be a psychic medium for this shit either. You know, you just got to be in tune. And it's like it starts with being in tune with yourself. And the only way to get in tune with yourself is to get honest with yourself. And I hate to tell you, most people will never do that. I have hope for humanity. I do feel like we are becoming more and more aware by the day. That's why you see all this self-help shit online and all of this, man. And people are just tired of all the nonsense with the pandemic. They're waking up. But it's like, you know, you can't lie to yourself. You know, that's the hardest thing for me in the world, just to be real. You know, lies feel good sometimes. You know, I would lie when I do drugs and say I wasn't hurt. Everybody wants to text me now. I lie when I do drugs and say I wasn't hurting nobody else, but I was. You know, I was hurting the people that invested in me, that loved me, that cared for me. I worried them to death. I let them down. You know, I put their lives, their homes in jeopardy. I was, you know, selfish. And it was arrogant to think that people owed me that, to allow me to do that, to allow me to put their shit in jeopardy, to allow me to emotionally abuse them by putting my ass in jeopardy all the time. You know, just because I didn't care about me didn't mean other people didn't. You know, I'm telling you, it is a humbling experience and true awakening. Fuck, I thought I've woke up so many times and I just keep waking up a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. Is there ever any true, real enlightenment? Or is it just levels? It's like a fucking onion, you know? It's like one layer falls off and there's the next, and it's infinite layers. You'll never get to the end of the goddamn rainbow here. That's what life is all about, is learning the lessons and experience. And it's like we can't, and like I said, like so many people hit you with the, oh, it's all about the inner child, and they hit you from the psychological standpoint. And you guys know, I study all that shit too, you know, and it's like, and that's important, that's part of it, but not all, right? Your childhood trauma, your inner child, that's part of it, not all. Archetypes, part of it, not all. It's all about the spirituality. The Son of Man has no place to call home, right? So you got to be poor and fucking, you know, cover yourself in ash and sackcloth, right? To be a prophet or to be spiritual. Bullshit. You know, that was one dude. His name was Jesus. He did that. We don't live in that world. We don't have to be homeless and poor to be fucking spiritual. In the world, not of it. That means we're not controlled. We're not controlled and driven by the things of this world. Like, and I've had to, dude, I'm not just a drug addict. I'm a sex addict. You know? Like I got addicted personality. Everything that just feels good is what I'm addicted to. You know, I'm addicted to feeling good. You know, and a lot of times I use things outside of myself to make myself feel good. Because I never learned how to make myself feel good from the inside. You know, it's like if somebody didn't sleep with me, they didn't love me. You know, how twisted is that? If somebody rejected me, you know, I felt like a loser. You know, how weird is that? It's like, very jealous, you know? It's like, well, if this person doesn't give me all of their fucking attention and focus, then they must be into somebody else. You see what I mean? It's like we create these fucking imbalances within ourselves, and then we blame the rest of the world for all of our issues and our problems. And it's not just going to be solved by one damn thing, you know? at all. At all. And if you're like me and you've used drugs and alcohol and shit to numb it, then you're probably behind the 8 ball, you know, and not the cocaine 8 ball, you know, but like when you get clean, those emotions come rushing in. People think you're fucking bipolar and everything. They're like, damn, this motherfucking crybaby, you know, they don't know how to handle their shit, or, you know, anger or whatever. It's like you have to learn how to fucking be a human being all over again. Have to learn how to be an adult all over again. You know, and that's humbling. You know, it's humbling. I never, like, from doing the online stuff, you know, I used to tell the world, like, what was going on in my life, and I regretted that so much because people used it all against me. It was like, they judged me for it. It's like, I told people I had a drug problem. Nobody would, you know, donate anymore because I didn't want to give a junkie money, you know. Or I said I had something going on with health. It's like, you know, it's just, it was a bad, you know, it made me feel like I couldn't share with people or trust people to know what was going on with me because it would only be used against me. It made me feel judged, you know, and people are going to judge you always going to judge you, man, and that's on them. But I can tell you this, 9 times out of 10, most people don't give a fuck, you know. It's just you in your own mind thinking that people care so much that they care enough to judge you. You know, it's usually us judging ourselves. And I was talking to an Uber driver earlier, and he's like, you know, he's like, when you usually think someone's judging you, he's like, that other person is thinking the same thing. Like, I wonder if they're judging me. They're just probably better at hiding it. So at the end of this week, I will be moving into a new place here in Cincinnati, in the city. You know, this is where, like, I work and do all that. I'll continue doing my YouTube videos and all that. I don't know if I'll be able to go live until I get the internet and shit, but you know, I just wanted to share that with people. It's like everybody's asked me how I'm doing lately, you know. Like I said, my life has changed, and it happened because of love. You know, love has changed my life. Love has changed my life. That's what's happened. You know, it showed me, and the least expected. It's not even my girlfriend anymore. It's like, but it just came through that avenue. You see what I mean? Like, God works in a fucking mysterious way. Like, you know, it's like the least person you would expect it from, like, has helped me more than anybody. And some of the people that have helped me the most in life are people that everybody would judge, you know. Christians would be like, my old assistant, Jeffrey, you know. People don't like, you know, people that are homosexual and stuff if they're Christian and all that. And that guy has fucking helped me and loved me more than anybody in the world, dude. You know? My last girlfriend, about as straight edge as you get, man. Worried about credit scores, owning properties, 401ks, the most beautiful soul I've ever been with. You know, it's just like, you can't judge a book by its cover. You know? You can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't think that just because not everybody puts all their beliefs and their knowledge out on their sleeve. Like, just because I walk around talking about the shit I know about doesn't mean I know more than you or anyone else. You know, a lot of times I've underestimated people, and they were some of the most intelligent people I've come across, some of the most loving people I've come across. So I just think the key is to be open-minded. If you guys would like to book a reading right now, I'm signing my lease today, and I do need extra money and all that. So if you want to book a tarot reading, it'd be a great time to do it. They're $50. You can text me 513-393-2396. I'll be changing my number here in about a week or so, but for now you can text that to book a reading or reach out or whatever, or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com. I need to get my utilities and all this you know, turned on. Like I said, like, this is just another weird opportunity. It's my job. My job is helping me too. It's not just, you know, my ex-girlfriend is my job. It's like it's just the craziest shit, like, for real. So I would definitely appreciate donations if anybody wants to help me. I do need funds right now, so just putting that out there. you know. PayPal, .me/the Best Damn Podcast, Venmo.com/Best Damn Podcast, Patreon.com Best Damn Podcast Official, or Facebook.com John Keane Best Damn Podcast, or Cash App Best Damn Podcast. All donations, love, and book readings and all that stuff is appreciated. Subscriptions, all of it, every little bit helps. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been so kind to me and loving to me, and been sending me all the positive messages and stuff. I am trying to create content and be back into that again. I've just been working extra just to try to get my shit together. So hopefully it brightens your day, and you just know, like, no matter how down shit can be or how bad it can seem, everything happens for a reason, and we're far more special and greater than we ever give ourselves credit for. And just don't lie to yourself on who you are and what your defects are. And if you focus on you, working on you, being a better you, I guarantee you that shit falls into place for you. Maybe not exactly how you pictured it or how you think it should be, but trust God. Because I think, if there is a God, which I think there is, whether it's a spirit or the universe or whatever, I don't care. It's because that there is a greater good that is working on all of our behalves. So, I love all of you guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.